So you've saved up your first lump sum of money and you want to put it to work somewhere in the stock market, but you're not sure when, where and how. Well, welcome to this quick fundamental video where I'm going to discuss how I would invest my first, say, $1,000. Drop a comment if you have any questions, and please let me know what you think of these very basic, quick fundamental videos. I'm not going to take much of your time, and I don't need 10 minutes to explain to you how I would invest $1,000, although the ad revenue admittedly would be nice. So I would personally go with either an index fund or ETF or a big well-known company. This lets you get some skin in the game while not taking too much risk. Now, first of all, if you have $1,000, there's no need to split it up. Just go with one investment. Get some skin in the game with a well-known company or like an S&P 500 ETF. Then you can start saving and thinking about where you want to go with your portfolio. You know, an investment portfolio is not built in a couple of weeks or a day. Second of all, invest right away. Right now. If you have $1,000, put it to work. Because time in the market beats timing the market. And even though you just go with an index fund and you get, say, 8% a year, which is just about the average for the stock market, at least in the US, your money will double in just 9 years. 9 years at 8%, you will double your money. That is excluded reinvested dividend. So don't worry about whether the market is going up or down. Invest regardless of market condition. That's a rule that will apply throughout your whole investing career. So if I were to go with an index fund, I would go with an S&P 500 one, or at least a US one, or an international one, covering the whole global stock market. The reason why I would go with this is that the US is the most stable place, it's the most liquid, and it has historically outperformed the rest of the world. So something like Vanguard's VOO or State Street's SPDR would be great ETFs to start out with. You can also look at Schwab's SCHB, and you can also go as far as Vanguard's VT, which is the total global stock market. But keep in mind, even if an index fund says global, it's pretty much only US companies, since those are the largest ones. You'll get some European and Chinese in there. I would also add some sector-specific ETFs. So ETFs covering a particular part of the economy. I like to invest in technology companies since they are much more exciting and historically outperform the rest of the market. I think it's way easier to pick from these. So I would add a Vanguard's VGT or iShares IGV in there. That's just my personal preference. There are many others for all other sectors, but those are the ones I stuck to when I was investing in ETFs. As far as companies, this is completely open. You invest in whatever companies you believe in, but I prefer, even now, sticking to large, well-known companies that has been around maybe for a couple of decades. This lets you sleep well at night with your portfolio, and there's plenty of risk and potential upside in companies from 20 billion to 100 billion. No need to go much smaller than this. And of course, what companies you like is going to be completely personal, but I can only give you some of my personal favorites. So these are my personal holdings, so keep in mind this is my opinion. Do your own research. Don't buy these companies just because I'm recommending them. But some of my personal favorites are Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, Nvidia, Waste Management, NextEra Energy, Lockheed Martin, Adobe, and Netflix. Those would be some of the ones from the top of my head. I hold some of these personally, some of them I've held in the past. And once you buy maybe one of these companies, then you can save up another $1,000, and then you can decide whether you want to stick to this one company for a while till you have a decent sum, or you want to add a completely new one right away. And of course, as you have more and more money in your portfolio, you should ideally have a couple of different investments at least. Of course, you could put 100% of your money in an index fund like the S&P 500 and never really worry about it. But I would take the chance on some companies and see how you fare. So that's how I would do it. Those are just my 2 cents. Do your own research. Not everyone are going to give you the same advice. And if nothing else, I know this video must have been super boring for most of you, at least my subscribers, but I'll get back to some more exciting deep dives on companies and sectors in the future. But if nothing else, I hope this video gives someone out there, you watching, the confidence and the basic foundation for starting investing, at least your first $1,000. So get started, put it all in one investment, get started right away, and cumulative growth will take care of the rest. I'll maybe continue on some more fundamental videos in the future. So what to do next after you've invested that $1,000. So stick tuned for my next video, and until then.